So lately, that nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. Shit we do have consequences, but we gotta be ready for it. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this plot to God take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hunger for paper saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick, we can get paid tonight. Yeah, go. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but you gon' go out there. Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by you killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, Lord, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fighting mine. It's me against these demons. These demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choked. Gave them the ball and nigga they choke. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yell at company. VMG gang and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit, guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the high lands. Don't take no slam. Don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go down? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by you killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fighting mine. It's me against these demons.
What's up? Hope everybody doing good out there. You know, a lot of this low vibrational energy is falling to the side. It's all falling to the wayside. A lot of this low vibrational energy, pay attention. Some of it is falling to the wayside. Some of it is definitely falling to the wayside. That's people, places, and things, right? Not everybody is getting a grand understanding at this time, and not everybody is willing to change in this time, right? There's a lot of people that's just not willing to change. They're just not willing to accept that these changes are taking place. They're not willing to accept, this shift that's taking place in the universe that is affecting everything down here, so on and so forth. Right? And maybe a lot of things is outside of our understanding of it. Maybe a lot of things, looking at how it is, everything like that. Maybe there's something deeper going on, right? And you're looking at these matrix, these systems, how it's created, the phantom realm, and so on and so forth. What type of idea is going on, with everything that's happening in this world. And over here, we like to embark on a different journey of understanding to try to understand all things, right? If there is a timeline, if there's something shifting, if there's a planetary shift, something bigger could possibly be going on, you know, understanding the grid, understanding how things are working, something could be going on, regarding timelines or fake timelines, possible shifts in timelines, so on and so forth, right? These different things could possibly be happening right now as we speak, right? It could be happening, possibly. Yeah. Sometimes we gotta have a camera on. We gotta have a camera on sometimes to show that this is authentic content, right? This is authentic content. This is not made up. This is authentic content. So understanding like how everything is working, how things is happening. So, you know, this is something that's happening now. Like this is something that could be taking place in real time. There's a lot of shifting going on with energies and stuff. We're coming out of a blood moon, very powerful one, if I do say so myself. You watch the overnight change that took place with people coming out of that blood moon, right? If you're looking back and you actually go back to December 13th, right? December 13th, Friday the 13th, there was a full moon back then that changed some things. And then coming into the blood moon of last month, also a lot of things changed during that time. So, however we looking at this, things are changing. Things are happening around us. A lot of different shifts are taking place. Now we could look at this and say, I don't see it, right? But is your dreams not changing? Some of y'all dreams are changing. Some of y'all eating habits are changing. Some of the people who y'all want to be around is changing, right? Some of your attractions are changing. You might not have that same attraction to what you used to have an attraction to, right? You might have you probably starting to have like a different attraction to things, a different growth, you know. Um, and that's fine. It's happening all around us. Things is changing around us. Some people who haven't dreamed are now, having these dreams again. If you're looking at the what you see in the background, you see it says the fall of Lyran. It has a line for the fall of Lyran, which is basically the 10th, where distortion takes place, the Orion belts, the fights that might have took place in the galaxy. This goes back to, the light of Lyran, the light that's supposed to return, Lucifer's comet, considered to be the cradle of grave. They made movies about it and stuff like that. You've seen little, you know, variations of it in certain movies. Um, in '95 they started, around this time they started coming out with Men in Black. They started coming out with Terminator. They started coming out with all of these movies, right? Now, when we look at movies, we're looking at movies and thinking it's just a movie, right? But when other people look at movies, it's more so like a trickle down of information that is in particles in the galaxy, and our minds are captivated by these different scenarios that could have been or could be, right? Look at how much Simpsons predict, right? Look at how much they talk about the Galactic Federation, Star Trek, Star Wars, saying that there is some sort of galaxy protection agency that governs us to this plane of existence, allegedly, supposedly, and they are out there protecting the whole galaxy from us, right? We're minors. We're minors compared to the galaxy. So they're afraid that if we was allowed in the galaxy, what will we do? We'll start governing it. We'll start trying to carve out our piece of the galaxy. We'll start trying to get our, yeah, well, we own this sector, and this is the, we got to do this, and when you come in here, you owe us this, and you got to pay this, and so after watching us down here on Earth, that would be very detrimental because man, greed. Like, even though they might say, like, okay, listen, we're willing to give y'all or open up the operation to y'all and give y'all a certain part of the galaxy, man wage war and becomes greedy down here. They're watching that. If there is a galaxy out there where people are doing stuff like, they're watching us. They're watching us. They're observing us. You know, trying to debate like, is it are we ready now? Okay, you just listen. You just listen. You just listen. But I want y'all to think about it. I want y'all to think about this. So here we are. If we're looking at this backdrop, you have an ascension plane, right? Astro plane, which is the fourth dimension, right? This is the false ascension matrix right here. The fourth dimension, this is where they trap you at. This is when they say, like, there's people down here that's trying to trap you. What's up, Sneaky Bugger? What's going on with you? When they say there's people down here that's trying to trap you in the astral plane or stop you from going to higher realms, so on and so forth. This is where that's at, that false astral plane, the fourth dimension. This is where that area is at, right? Your heart chakra, right? This is where your trials and tribulations is at. When people sit there and they say, I don't know why people are betraying people. I don't know why people are stabbing people in the back. I don't know why this is happening. This is why this is happening right here. The astral plane, it traps you there, right? Not understanding why God would allow all this to take place in the world. It keeps you trapped in a certain place of being. Does that make sense? Not understanding why God would allow all of this to take place in the world keeps you trapped under something. Does that make sense? One's in the chat if it makes sense. One's in the chat if it makes sense. Due to the fact that we don't understand the trials and tribulations, we don't understand why this stuff is being allowed. It's very like confusing to the mind, right? We're in this confusing state where we're like, ah, is that real? Is that right? So when it comes to the mental, the ascension process is very critical right there at that point where your trials and tribulations are at. Why did this happen to me? Why did I get the ass whoopings? Why was this sister favorite? Why was that brother favorite? Why was this always given to this one and not to me? And why did I end up being born into this family or that situation or this situation, or all of these things that come with being down here in the material world is the things that can stop you in the astral plane, right? So when you get to the astral plane, because you can't let go these feelings and emotions, these things that's tied to your heart chakra, right? This is your governing. This is your governing. They tell you that we are only using 4 of our DNA strands, 4 out of the 12 of our DNA strands. These could be the 4 that we're using. The first to the astral plane. The astral plane is where we stopped at. And then the manipulation could be taking place with those that are in the astral plane, right? So whereas though we're not using all of our chromosomes that comes with these 4 dimensions that we're using, right? The root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plex chakra, and then whatever we're using in the heart chakra. Now, a lot of things in the heart chakra are being blocked off because you can't find forgiveness, you can't find compassion, you can't find kindness, right? You're not finding these things. You're cut off from them. Somebody puts you in a cycle of trials and tribulations and errors and mistakes and so on and so forth. So you're kind of blocked off from some of this stuff, right? It becomes you know, frustrated inside the mind, right? The titles that they put on people, they put certain titles on people: mom, dad, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, right? So once certain things happen in these titles, this where the problem collide, right? When certain things happen in these titles, so a stranger do something is not really betrayal. It don't really have the same effect. But somebody with one of these titles do something, right? It can disturb you for your whole life because you're thinking, why that somebody that holds that title, why would they do that? Now you disturbed. Now you throw it off. Now you know what I mean? These are the things that could be taking place. Now, how we look at it, how we view it, right? That's different. That's different. We look at it, we view it as different, right? So we can't say like how these things is happening. This is the trials and tribulations. This is trials and tribulations. These are things that's happening in your life that you seem like, why did this happen? I can't get past this. I can't get over that. I'll never let this person. It's trapping you in this fourth dimension. It's trapping you in this astral plane, right? Because you can't get past certain markers. This is one of those things where you have to be like a kid again. Look how easy a kid forgets, to a certain point. To a certain point, a kid be forgiven left and right. You will whoop a kid's butt. You whoop their butt. They sit there and cry and pout. Then you tell that kid, you want to go to the park? Yes, thank you. I love you so much. Come on, let's go to the park. Right? As you get older, this ability to forgive and let go, it starts to become strenuous. It starts to change, right? So if if you're watching, you'll see it start to change. You'll notice like, okay, some point you start, holding on to certain things, right? You're not like that child anymore to where as though like, you're just letting things go and frolicking, right? And when you become a teenager, when you get older, the embarrassments become different, right? Cursing you out in front of your friends, it becomes different, right? You start having disdainment, you start building up. I don't know why my mom did that. She always keep doing that. Every time somebody come over, she always feel like she gotta start talking to me a certain type of way. So it starts building up, right? All of this stuff is a build up. All of this stuff is a build up of energy. These energies start building up, right? So, however you look at this, this is really truly about self, right? This is about self mastering, mastering what energies you are allowing to enter your vessel. What are you not allowing to enter your vessel? Sometimes you got to shake off what is not you, right? You go into these different stores, you go into these different places. Not all of it is you. All these places that you go into, not all of it is you, right? You feel different energies when you go in there. You go into the gas station, you might already be sensing a certain amount of people looking at you funny. You get up to the register, the cash register, and they're just giving you all attitude. What can I do for you? What do you want? Right? That can become heavy on you. Why did they talk to you like that? Why? Right? You start looking for different variations of why is people so disrespectful in this world. We got the power to talk to each other with a little bit more kindness. We got the power to give each other a little bit more respect, give each other a little bit more dignity, right? We don't govern our tongue. Sometimes people, I gotta say something bad, I gotta get, this is why you see me fall back on platforms, right? And when I don't have something to say, I'm gladly quiet. If I don't want to chime in on the conversation, I'm gladly quiet. I can still sit there and that conversation can go on right around me, right? And then when I want to chime in on something, I'll come in, but it's not never to bat. I'm not coming in with this whole like down, like, because that becomes you. You know, deprogramming is very tough. When you have to deprogram, it's hard, right? Deprogramming is hard because now you have to take what was normal to you and try to fight the norm. You know, it's like trout going up, trout going up upstream, right? You got to start fighting the norm. So when you're deprogramming and you're coming out of this, mindset, it's very tough because you got to remember you were trained in this mindset, right? You were trained in the mindset. If somebody was trained to point out all the wrongs, it's going to be tough for that person to transfer over and start trying to point out all the rights. you know this is where the serenity prayer comes in at, right? You have to have the wisdom to know the difference. Grant you the courage to change the things that you can change, right? But the wisdom to know the difference, because you have to know the difference nowadays. You think that you can change something and that end up changing you. you know a lot of y'all women fall victim to this a lot, because you get with a man and you think that you're going, as much as you heard about that man, him doing this, him doing that, running the streets, yada yada yada, you think you gonna be the one that change him, and he end up changing you, right? You think you gonna be that one in his life that make him, inspire him. That's what we all supposed to be doing. We supposed to be inspiring each other. you know We supposed to be down here inspiring each other to do great things, to want to be better, right? Here's the problem, you know, people, you got people like the Knot who give you fake inspiration, right? They give you that false, I want you to make it, but then as soon as they see you making it, they like, oh hell nah, you really making it. And then the jealousy kicks in. Then it's like a change of mind, a change of mind. I'm mad that I told you to make it, because now you out here making it, and hell nah. Like, this is where that comes in at, right? When you really have true good intents, you don't bring up the stuff. You don't bring stuff back up. Some people do stuff to you and they don't have good intentions with it, right? So when they do it, they bring it back up. You remember when I let you borrow my shirt? You remember when I paid your way into the mall? Remember, or the movies, whatever, right? They remind you of this shit because that's what they did it for, so they can have something to hold over you, right? It's like that person that goes to the club with you, right? They paying attention to you, right? They see what you buying at the bar, right? And then the next time they want to go out, that's how they persuade you to go out. They say, hey, we going to that bar again. You know, the one that got your favorite bottle, the one you like to drink. You get what I'm saying? They learning you. They learn you like this. You got the friends, you got the people around you that knows what they doing, right? I mean, some of us just ended up in them groups where it seemed like people always wanted to start some shit when they went out with you. I always ended up in them groups where somebody wanted to start some shit. My one of my friends told me, he said, "Man, you know why I like going out with you? Because you a knockout artist. You be knocking people out with one punch." And I thought about that. I really thought about that. I said, now hold on. That emboldens you to keep on doing shit when we out and about. That emboldens you to keep on messing with people so you can see me do what it is that you bringing me out for, right? So I really started analyzing, like, nah, you ain't got no good intentions for me. You using me as, like, a form of a bodyguard. You know what I mean? You using me as a way to, that mean every time we go out, you gotta start some shit and I gotta knock somebody out so you can say that, see, that's why I bring you. That's why I bring what? Come on, that ain't somebody who got your good, you know what I mean? And then it's like you got those friends who like, man, you know why I like bring? Because you always know how to draw in the crowd. You know how to bring the women in. You know how to. All right, so now you telling me like you're using me to bring in the other people. Like you're using me to draw in the other people that you really want to kick it with. Like, it's not me you want to kick it with. You just want to be around me so I can draw in the people that you actually want to kick it with. So, like, a lot of these things you got to watch out for because it happens with friends, family, so on and so forth, right? So, a lot of these things you got to be careful for. You got to see who's really there for you, who rocking with you. That's the people you want to build around. That's the people you want to grow with. The people that's rocking with you. Not everybody is rocking with us, particularly. You know, a lot of people sit here and say that they rocking with you, but they not. They playing the game. It's a manipulative, right? So I want genuine people around me, right? I want genuine people around me. Look, we operate mind, body, and spirit, right? I understand there's things that the body wants. I understand there's things that the mind wants, and I understand there's things that the spirit wants. Not all the time are you going to be in your spiritual self, right? Not all the time are you going to be in your carnal self. So I accept the fact that we all have this ability to show different personas or, you know, different characteristic traits of oneself, right? This is our 50 shades of bullshit, right? I accept that all of us come with 50 shades of bullshit, right? But wouldn't that goes with the saying, you know, don't try to bullshit a bullshitter, right? Because if I understand all of this already, don't come at me with the sideways. You get what I'm saying? I already know we come with the ability to manipulate one another, right? You could probably get away with somebody that don't know about manipulating, right? But I already know, you know. Look, and when I do patent this word, right? You let the argument between me and Mr. Brown be between me and Mr. Brown, okay? And because that's what it's going to come down to, okay? After I reinvigorate this word and everybody's using the word manipulative, you let the argument be between me and Mr. Brown, okay? Don't try to pull in Medea. Don't do none of that extra shit. It's between me and Mr. Brown, okay? Simple as that. All right. I don't want to talk to his wife. I don't want to talk to I don't want to talk to nobody else. Me and Mr. Brown, because he might have said it, but I'm bringing it back. Manipulative dipping. It's happening now on grander levels, greater scales. It's happening. We being manipulative around every corner. Okay. I'm just saying. And YouTube, y'all better let me monetize because this is funny stuff and people want to hear it. Okay, y'all sitting there talking about you might think I'm AI or just reusing stuff. I'm a real person out here. That's the problem. Y'all don't want to give the credit to the real people. I'm a real person out here. I got to turn on the camera a little bit so they can know I'm real. Get me some clips of me being on the screen, I guess. They need to know I'm active in real time. They need to know that I'm a real boy. I was a real boy. Not like those other characters. But yeah, so when you get into this, there's levels to this manipulation. There's all types of level to this manipulation, right? People are really out here getting manipulated. And, you know, we don't know how we got in this conundrum, right? Between religion, between, you know, spirituality, between governing systems, you know, round earth, flat earth, you know, it's so many different levels to this, right? Why every damn continent got a different view of the sky and how the planet is looked back on. Why ain't nobody never do a full circle around the damn planet to show us that it's a globe, right? Why we always get this image of the top, you know, with the curvatry on it? Like what's going on? What's really good? You know what I mean? What's real? Come on, somebody be honest with us about something. Why is y'all just now telling us it's aliens in our ocean? Why is y'all just now telling us it's aliens in the ocean? Huh? They how long they been here for? How long they been here for? Did people really go into the center of Earth? Is you know? Now we got to think. Is there a center of Earth? Is these files? What's that journey? That guy that journeyed and found the a hidden entry in Antarctica. He was going back up there to pluie it up. I forget his name. Did Hitler and them find an entrance in Antarctica? I mean, when he traveled to Antarctica in these secret bunkers, is there more information? Admiral Byrd, thank you. Yes. Admiral Byrd. Did Admiral Byrd really fly into the center of Earth? Like, now I'm curious. Now I got to go back and look up some stuff. I got to figure some shit out. There's some recordings of this conversation that took place, you know, according to what they said in a certain year at a certain time. Valid Thor came down here from another planet, disappeared. He said he was from a different timeline. He came and told them not to use, nuclear weapons. He said it already destroyed Mars. They already did an analysis and said that some of the gases that they found on Mars was found on some of the places on Earth, and more so, right? So I'm starting to look into this stuff now. I'm getting curious, right? Japan released 3 years ago that they now consider sandbars to be islands. So they released that there's over 1,000 something plus new islands now out there near Japan. Kind of ironic knowing that the Arctic Circle is made up of a bunch of different islands, put together. What is going on with the treaty? You know, the Arctic Circle Treaty. Why how did all of these countries decide that nobody should be allowed past the wall? What is Putin talking about when he talks about Pangea and the Pangea map? What is he talking about when he said he started trades with the northern part of Antarctic? Russia's nowhere near Antarctic. How are he starting trades with the northern part? This is a lot of stuff. This is a lot of stuff that I'm just trying to look into and figure out. You know what I mean? Allegedly, supposedly, that's why I'm saying. Exactly. The Gregorian calendar comes into play, right? uh, they changed the times on the maps. Go back and look at those dates. Go back and look at the dates. Those dates are not what they say. Those are letters in there. Some of those say I 96 in the year of I 96 in the year of I 320. Like they changed this shit to a one, and now you think it say 1996 or 106 or 109. That's an I right there. That is a letter. They had like in the year of J this, or they had these different years that was a letter in the front of it, right? It was supposed to be I-88, and they changed it to 188. Like they was doing this level of manipulation. Remember, Constantine was in charge of, the Council of Nicaea at that time, and he told them to change up a bunch of stuff, right? Think about it. They said they seen angels coming up and down Jacob's ladder. They said they seen angels moving up and down Jacob's ladder, and in favor by three of the people in the Council of Nicaea. They depicted that angels should have wings. Well, if angels had wings, ain't no possible way you seen angels moving up and down a ladder. What would they need the ladder for? If they had wings, that don't make any sense right there. But here we are with the story that angels have wings due to a majority vote, right? Due to a majority vote, we now believe that angels have wings, and they was climbing up and down a ladder. What would be asinine and redundant for angels to need a ladder if they got wings. And they didn't even know what Jacob ladder meant. Jacob meant to come full circle. Jacob meant, to laugh, well, his original name was meant to laugh, but there's a lot of stuff that's not explained. There's a lot of different parts of this that's not really, you know, explained. I'm just saying, as a person that's we all in it together, I just want some knowledge back, you know? I just want some knowledge back in this verse. That's all I want to do. I want to be around a group of people that want some knowledge, want to operate with the power of intent, want to build a greater collective. This is about networking. This is networking. This is networking. Sandra ain't even in the Discord. Cut it out. Sandra is not even in the Discord. Don't neglect the fact that these, my sister wives is in the Discord. You hear me? All of them be in the Discord chilling, big chilling. We big chilling. It's a bunch of us, and we only getting bigger. It's sister wives, it's husband brothers over there. It's sisters wives over there. It's husband brothers over there. Y'all don't know how big this is about to be. See, because y'all don't know how to love. Y'all know how to lust, but y'all don't know how to love. So when y'all thinking sister wives, y'all thinking a bunch of people that's fornicating because you in the mind of confusion, thinking about the operation of lust and not the operation of true love. True love is it don't come with that attachment. You come to the realization, people gonna do what they want to do with their bodies. You have no control over somebody's body, but you have to respect if somebody give you their mind and their spirit. If somebody say, I feel like my spirit is safe with you, that's way bigger than saying that my physical is safe with you. When somebody determine that their spirit is safe with you, and somebody determine that their mind is safe with you, oh, the flesh is going to surely take care of the flesh and protect itself. You can't. That's why I say don't trap a cat in a corner. But when somebody say, I feel like my spirit is safe with you, oh, you got that. Listen, that's a different attachment right there. You got to honor that. You got to respect the fact that somebody is telling you that they feel their spirit or their mental is safe with you, right? That's what these applications is for. It's for us to have that mental space. So when you run across these platforms and stuff like that, that's what you're looking for, a mental connection. You looking for a mental bondage. You looking for something that you can grow with, something tangible, right? But it has to be on the level of that connection in the mental. This is why when you provide a space like this, right? Yeah, you're gonna have a couple of kinks in it. You're gonna have a couple of people thinking that it's an argument of space or whatever. But that's why you make sure you tell everybody, listen, we don't do that over here, right? A lot of the trauma stuff I try to take out. Right, we laugh over there more than anything. We look back at situations and we laugh. Look, people so comfortable in the Discord, they falling asleep. They falling asleep in the Discord. I wake up in the morning, it's like 5, 6 people still sitting in there in the sister wives room, sleep. I go in there, grand rising. They knocked out. I gotta wait 2 hours before they get up or make a bunch of noise. I try to go in there and make a bunch of noise. Go on the Discord with pots and pans. Boom, bow, bing, get up. What did y'all sleeping in here for? I used to disconnect them. Like when I seen people not, I used to disconnect them because I don't want, something to happen. Some of y'all ain't good sleepers. Some of y'all start snoring in y'all sleep, farting in y'all sleep. You know what I'm saying? What if the mute button come off and we hear a bunch of stuff going on while you sleep? You know what I'm saying? Stomach grumbling, farting and stuff. We got to talk about that the next day. I got the what happened? Did you eat something bad? I'm talking about it. If I hear anything on the airwaves, guess what? We family. We family. We got to talk about this. You get what I'm saying? If you a heavy snorer, we got to talk about it. Get you some nasal passages, get you some pouches, something like that, something to help that breathing. I'm gonna talk about it. If you used to sleep, come in the Discord and fall asleep like that. I'm on your ass. You hear me? I'm on your ass. You come in the Discord with that noise. You hear me? But yeah, the Discord is a good place. It's a comfortable place. Lady Latisha, what's going on? Namaste. I say salutation, shalom, peace. And I'm gonna drop the link for if anybody want to come up, right? I'm over here. I'm trying to build a little bit of content of me showing my face and stuff like that to show YouTube that I am an active person on here. I'm not just replaying people's stuff like, hey, I'm an active person, YouTube. You know what I mean? So at least we can get some level of monetization on one of the pages, whether it be Energy of Atlas or Ralph DaWise. If we get it on Energy of Atlas, we'll just tell everybody to go over there to that page. So we're looking for, monetization. um YouTube is thinking that my, I guess maybe because I don't show my face, maybe because I'm, playing stuff, or using the AI to, record, play certain things or whatever. But it is what it is. There's the link. Drop the link for anybody that want to come up. Now, when you get caught up in this phantom matrix, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing tough. You have to realize that time don't exist. So when you get caught up in this phantom matrix, it ain't nothing to get you up out of it. Hey, listen, I got a whole bunch of hats. Hats. I buy hats now. I do buy hats now. This ain't even a half of them right here. That ain't even a half of it. I got the OP hats. Classic, retro, you know. Gotta have the colors to match with stuff. And even though San Francisco is a hating, I don't like that. But I keep different ones. You got to have a hat collection. You got to be able to, you know, accessorize, right? If it's a color, I got it. You get what I'm saying? Whatever color, I got it. That's just how it works. You got to accessorize. You got to accessorize. I don't even be going nowhere, and I get, start looking good. I don't be going nowhere, and I buy some shit. You know. Sandra, what's going on with you?
Hey, what's going on? You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, so you have Dallas on?
Yeah, this Cowboys hat right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what those people are saying because I can't read, so I don't know what they
Oh
were
no,
saying.
they just said you're number one sister wife.
What?
Yeah, they said you the number one sister wife.
Okay, I guess
You
I'll
said,
take
can
it.
you send me money? Yeah, you can send me money. Why can't you send me money? The link is in the bio for my Cash App, or unless you want my PayPal, but the link is in my bio. TikTok. If you click the link that's in my bio, it should take you to my link tree, and you should see my Cash Apps, and you should be able to follow me on my other accounts also. And come over to YouTube so you can see the different backdrops that we have on YouTube. We have different backdrops on YouTube. The conversation is over there on YouTube. So anybody from TikTok, welcome to come over to YouTube, and we're also over there. And if you're looking to send me money, just let me know. Shoot, I'm always into the operation of money. Hey, I got that solo Negro college fund.
Oh, do
What's
you?
that sound? Go ahead, Sandra. What you say?
Yeah, I can be a wife and stuff. I can't see you no money, but I always be here.
We talking about somebody on TikTok. I don't ask my wives for money. That's the thing. I don't ask them for money. That's not how we operate. We don't operate with a currency system. That's for the carnal. All my
Right,
wives are married through the mental and the spirit. So we don't need that in the mind and the spirit. We just need to protect each other's mental space, give each other the respect and the dignity and the honor that is
right,
deserved as a human being. That's what we do. We honor each other as people. I
right.
realize, you're going to give your body to whoever you want to give your body to, but your mind and
Uh-oh.
your spirit belong to me. I'm selfish. I want you all to myself, I swear. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's just a different vibe, right? It's a different unity. It's a different
Right,
connection, right? I come to the realization, we listen, you're gonna have a husband, you're gonna have a physical husband out there. That ain't got nothing to do with the sister wives. The sister wives is a collective mind that say
right,
you respect each other individually. Like I come to the realization that women are the ones that empower each other to birth nations, right? I can
yeah,
inspire as many women as I want to, but they'll birth a nation, within their own right once they find
right.
their power within each other. If you go back, there's a book that's actually called The Red Tent. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
anybody ever read it. It's called The Red Tent, and it's connected to the Bible because it's talking about the story of the three sisters that he had to marry, Liam, Rachel, so on and so forth, talking about the tribes of Israel. So it's
Oh
talking
yeah.
the daughters that he had to marry, and how at this time they all used to go into the tent in order to bleed, like their time of the month. All of them would gather together and they would sit in that tent, and different stories will be passed and so on and so forth. So if you
Mm-hmm.
go back to that, there was a sister wives collective way back then. you
Mm.
know, think about it. Jacob married three different they were all sisters.
Mm-mm-mm.
But that, I'm just saying, in this sense, it's a different spiritual connection. I mean, Christ did it with the 12 disciples. In this sense, there's a spiritual connection with this. You see a lot of people trying to recreate this union with the mind
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
spirit. They're trying to recreate this, but they're getting caught up in the shout out to the brother husbands too, man. RC, I got you, my boy. I got you. We can't forget that you there. We can't forget you there. We got brother husbands over there too, man. It ain't just all, because it's a collective thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to so yeah, so in a sense of this is more so like a mind thing and a spiritual thing, right? We're putting good intentions on each other. We're wanting good outcomes for each other's lives, right? A lot of
Right,
people say, I want to see you happy even if it's not with me. Right. But how many people
right.
actually believe that? There's a lot of people out there that want to see you in worse, right?
Mm.
I hope you
Yeah.
never find nobody as good as me. I hope you never. Well, over here in this collective, we actually have great intentions for one another. Now, we might not
Yeah.
always see eye to eye. We might curse each other out from time to time, but we try to keep that on the back end. We try to do that on the back end, okay?
All right.
Because we don't always make the right decisions, but it's good to have a group that you can go to and say this to, that to. Now, everybody's not comfortable yet with speaking because we had the
Mm-hmm.
BS with the spy in there and everything like that. But, I
Oh
think
yeah.
even the spy is comfortable now. I think even the spy is over there trying to, become actually a part of the group as opposed to, being a spy. I think a lot of people are coming across our collective and they're reinvigorating themselves because of our
Mm-hmm.
collective. We don't even know the change that we're actually making, but there's a lot of people that's coming across us and they saying that's the kind of love I want to push out there. That's the that's what I want to be a part. I want to be a part of something like that. Now, some of them might be going and creating their own of what they're looking at, they think they see. But this is a great
Mm-hmm.
thing to be a part of because Listen, you're gonna go through a bunch of stuff in life.
Right.
In life, you're gonna go through a bunch of stuff, right? But
Right.
you ain't gonna have, a group that's gonna tell you like, you know what, we in this shit together. And it
Yep.
don't matter the choices that you made, whether good or bad. Listen, we still right here. You mess up,
Right.
you know what I mean? We still here. You make a bad decision, you mess up the bag, you fuck up the money, you got to get it back. You going through the struggle. We still here. We might not be
Mm-hmm.
able to give it to you financially because finances don't always is not always the solution to a problem, but we still here. You need us to talk, we still here. You need to reach out, we still here. You want us to just sit with you, we still here. Sometimes it's
Right.
nice just to have a group of people that you can just sit with. We all
Right.
watching. Listen, we'll sit there and watch a stream together. And it's good just to know, like, you know what I mean? It's almost like being in the movie theaters in there 24 hours. Like it's that good. Time goes by fast. You mute your mic, put the phone in your pocket, go clean up and shit, clean up the house. For real. It's a good space. You ain't never like you we want that type of space. Look, you ain't got to worry about my germs. I ain't got to worry about your germs, but we can still get an interaction with each other through the internet that is homesome, fulfilling within the mind.
Mm-hmm.
You go to sleep better at night. You know what I mean? For real,
Mm-hmm.
some people that's a part of the collective, they go to sleep better knowing that they're a part of the collective.
Yeah.
It's a different. We try to go to sleep laughing, try to go to sleep with a high spirit, right? Some of these
Mm-hmm.
people want you to go to sleep in misery. You go to sleep
Yep.
angry. Go to sleep pissed off. Go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different approach. It's a different approach when trying to keep everybody in a higher vibration of oneself. And that comes with knowledge or variations of it, the ability to
Mm-hmm.
articulate, the ability to talk to people and, soothe people's mental. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't realize it's the mental that's in turmoil right now. Like your mind is everywhere. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are just looking for a place to put that. Where is my mind safe at? That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, and you ain't looking for no physical safety. Y'all women, y'all out here like, shit, I could take care of myself. I got big guns that spit super lead. So play Superman, end up super dead. Like
Yeah.
y'all got a different approach to the physical world. Y'all looking for some place y'all can put y'all mind. Y'all like,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying? You're not looking for somebody to get up under for that carnal, not anymore. You're like, listen, they make toys out there. I go get me a little rabbit or whatever they call, and get off. I don't need you for none of that. But is my mind safe with you? You know?
Right.
That's what a lot of
That's
people
what I was
want.
gonna ask you. Do you ever think about dreams?
In the sense of what? Interpreting people dreams or trying to figure out dreams.
Yeah, just people talking about their dreams.
Oh, I help people, with their dreams. People used to bring me their dreams and I used to help them understand what it meant. But you got to remember, your dreams are God's interpretation. So it tells you that in the Bible, in the story of
Mm-hmm.
Joseph, it tells you that your dreams are God's interpretation. This is going back to the 7 baskets on the 7 head with the 7 crows,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth, that he told the Pharaoh there will be 7 years of famine and 7 years of good time. Use the
Mm-hmm.
7 years of good time in order to cover up for the 7 years of famine, in which case you
Mm-hmm.
can then up the taxes in the good years, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
in the bad years, you are actually, you know, uh, loaning back what you got in the upping of the taxes for the good years, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
people owe you a debt, right? This goes
Yeah.
back to that borrow from, the next group and whatever the case may be. So, however you look at this, things are changing. It's just how are we perceiving this change that's taking place? How are we perceiving this? Our dreams
Mm-hmm.
are trying to show us something.
Yeah.
Something being etched in our dreams that is, changing our reality. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are waking up. Some people who haven't dreamed in years are now having dreams like, yo, I ain't dream. It usually just black. I ain't dream, but these is vivid. It's and dreams
Right.
are getting stronger. Dreams are getting stronger now. So that's what they're scared of. What can you pull through your dreams?
Mm-hmm.
If a collective group of people actually share the same dream, it could be dangerous. It could be dangerous because we're always looking at the fear of things. Everyone's always looking at the fear of things. We're not looking at the
Right.
wonders of things. Christ said all things he can do, we can do, and more. And we know that he did miracles according to that time. What can we
Oh
do
yeah.
this time? You know what I mean? With everything, with
Mm-hmm.
all the technology, with everything that we have, with to be able to unify with one another. If Christ
Mm-hmm.
did that in a time where there wasn't technology, where you
Right.
couldn't be in everybody's living room at the same time, if he did that
Mm-hmm.
then, how much more can we do now?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, I had my when I had my stroke and everything, and I died, and the only thing that the Lord said to me was one chance. And sometimes I write it on the phone to say one chance because that was the only words that He said to me. And I had a whole thing on a shirt and everything that said one chance on the shirts. And I was doing that for a while and then I stopped. But, I'm just thinking about it now,
Yeah, that's
where
deep.
that came from, the
And
one
and
chance.
that one chance, right?
Yeah, and it had a clock on the shirt. It had a clock on it.
Hmm, that's deep. Now,
Yeah,
I will say this. Sometimes we dream other dreams that's a part of the collective. So
yeah,
sometimes you'll have a dream and it's not really you that you're dreaming about. You're having a dream of that collective energy that is you, right? So
oh
it
good.
it's like all of us being a part of one spirit, and then when we dream we all have dreams about how that spirit operates. So
Yeah,
it's almost like you're having a dream about yourself, but it's somebody else because it's a collective that you're dreaming in, right? So
right.
when you go to a astro or a projecting state, you're not
Mm-hmm,
going to a place where where your personal individual mind is at. When you go to
mm-hmm,
these higher realms, you're part of a collective
right.
membrane, if you would say. So whereas though
Mm-hmm,
down here at the physical, you have your unconscious individual personal mind, your personal thoughts. When you close your eyes and go to sleep, you go into a collective
mm-hmm,
conscious that is, so when you dream you're getting pieces of that collective that you're a part of. They put it in certain movies like X-Men with that cerebral thing, right,
right.
where he was able to put on that thing and see everybody that was mutants and stuff like that across the world.
Yeah.
And they did it in Stranger Things where they put her in water with the salt and she was able to go to people in the dark place, of their
Mm-hmm,
mind, so on and so forth. So they're showing us the power of the mind without
yeah,
showing the power of the mind.
yeah.
Hold on, let me get some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning time, I'll be working out. I bet I do be working out in the morning time. You better start working out because you're not. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be a late night. I got to do a 2 hour thing, and then get clips of this. Like do 2 hours of me with the camera
Mhm.
on, and put out clips of me. Actually having the camera on talking. Um, I'm trying to show YouTube like, hey, I'm an active person. I'm on the screen.
Right.
I think they might be looking at the content and thinking because I use the avatar, whatever, they thinking that I'm not a real person and I'm not actually putting the time in or act. I don't know what it is they thinking, but just hurry up and partner up with me, YouTube. Stop playing. I got some members that I need to get. Got some super stickers that I need to get. Stop playing, YouTube.
Yeah.
You looked at the content. Well, hurry up and sign me. Maybe I gotta, get with an agency or something that can vouch for me on YouTube. I don't know how this YouTube stuff works. Maybe it's somebody that's supposed to come along and say, let me send in your name or something. I don't know. I'm waiting for that person to find me. That person that's like, oh, here, let me just send them your name and you'll have it tomorrow.
And that guy, he died a little while ago, and you remind me of him. He just talks. He doesn't have nobody come over or whatever. He just talks, and he talks with ladies.
Don't do me like that. Listen, I want people to come over. It just people don't really come over, and when they do come over, it's usually some. You didn't just nah. You wasn't talking about. Never mind. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna say the names.
No.
Nope, we're not saying the names. Not saying the names. Lady Leticia, how's your day? I hope your day was great. I see a couple of familiar faces in the comment section. Hope everyone had a great day. Enjoying their night, ate something delicious. But the time is changing. That sun about to come out. Start changing your meals up. Start bringing. I know y'all starting to have that taste for fruit. I know it's coming back. That urge
Yeah.
for fruit, that urge for green vegetables. I know it ain't always Taco Tuesday, okay? Sometimes your body just wants the tomatoes and lettuce. It ain't always Taco Tuesday. Your mind just remembers the lettuce and tomatoes. It don't remember the other stuff. It wants the greens. It ain't your mind's fault that the only time you give it green stuff is on Taco Tuesday, okay? You might need a spinach salad or something.
Yeah.
I know y'all body is wanting that fruit and that green vegetation. I know it is. Some of y'all
Mhm.
want stuffed peppers.
I think I had that one time.
What? Stuffed
Peppers.
peppers?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuffed
It was
peppers.
just pretty.
Yeah. Like that's why I say it's seasons for everything, right? Because like in the wintertime, it's like your body wants like the hot chocolate, the soups, the different meals that's
Yeah.
gonna warm you up. And it's a different craving. And then when the weather starts to break, it's like you start yearning for, those vegetables, those fruits,
Hmm.
different things like that. So if you like when you really analyzing your body, you can tell when you're going through these seasonal changes. In fact, if you really
Yeah.
analyze your body, a lot of people get fever blisters around the changing of season when they're dehydrated. They allow
Mhm.
themselves to stay dehydrated and they keep licking their lips. The germs that's on their tongue dries up on their lips and causes a fever blister. But this is from dehydration. And a lot
Oh.
of people, this is, another form of what they say, MRSA is or something of that nature, right? A lot of
Mhm.
people don't realize, like, because we sit there and we want to laugh and joke about everything, we're not looking at, like, how did it come about? How did you? This is why it's good to keep, chapstick, something that's going to protect your lips, because when you lick your
Yeah.
lips and the air is drying up, and usually
Mhm.
people get fever blisters around coming out of winter, going into spring, because your body is
Mhm.
preparing for a different operation. Like in the wintertime, your body holds in a lot of heat, fluids, so on and so forth. And in the summertime, your body pushes out a lot of fluids and stuff. So in the summertime, you got to take in more fluids, where in the wintertime, you don't
Mhm.
have to take in that much fluids. So just that change of operation right there changes things, right? And people don't
Mhm.
take in the respect of these changes. Like, to be honest, like, if a woman stop eating meats and stuff like that, her menstrual cycle will change. She'll have less of a period.
Mm.
Did you know that?
Look.
Yeah, boy. Now I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to test that due to the fact that I don't have a wolf coochie down there. If I had a wolf coochie, if I was able to borrow a wolf coochie, I'd be able to tell you more. You know what I mean? Due to the fact I don't have a wolf coochie, I can only tell you a limited amount of stuff when it comes to the coochie. I'm not Ronnie Bo. I'm not going to write a book on, the operation of a coochie.
Uh-uh.
What? If go ask somebody that don't eat the meats and stuff, they'll tell you, like, that it changed their cycle and stuff. It slowed it down, or they stopped having it. But I would be able to
You
tell you
just
more.
look.
How about
You
this?
messed
Yeah,
you messed my head up.
I might need
I
to just
haven't had a
borrow.
period in so long.
Yeah, but you don't think about that no more because you haven't had one. But
Yeah.
I need to I need to borrow a couple of cookies so we can test them. I don't know how to go about that. How to test the cookies to see if the operation is the same with or without meat. Not Arby's, not Arby's. We have the meat, not that, not Arby's meats. I'm talking about, like, the body taking it in.
Okay.
All right. Somebody said, not mine. Yep, that sounds like a volunteer. Get her coochie. Somebody grab that coochie. We got our first our first contender. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to take into consideration our operation, our vessel's operation. You don't take the time to really study your body. You allow someone else to tell you about your body, right? When you have these symptoms,
Yeah.
have these different things,
Mhm.
you allow a doctor to tell you. Remember, at one point, the doctor said that, the doctor told us at one point that, we don't get the same germ twice. Our body holds the, cure for different colds and stuff like that, so you don't get the same cold twice, right? So,
Mhm.
now you're looking at it and the way these things are amplifying different variations of bacteria and stuff like that. These things are coming back. Our immune system is changing, whereas though our immune system was strengthening, that would be the
Yeah.
ultimate test for somebody, right? To see the different variations of levels
Mhm.
of our immune system. Everybody's testing it. Nobody wants to be honest about it. They're testing
Mhm.
different levels of it on different scales. I mean, COVID-19 came out.
Oh,
It had a number on that shit. That mean it was the 19th strand of something,
right.
you know? Nobody wants to look at that. That this was the 19th strand of something.
Mhm.
What happened with the other 18 strands?
Right.
But that's just how my mind works, that's just how I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you know sugar and spice and everything nice with a little bit of the X potion to make a power puff. But that's me. I'm thinking about making power puffs. I don't know what they thinking about making. you know I'm trying to
That
mix
was
it with sugar
crazy.
and spice and everything nice. I don't know what they mixing it with. It's
Hmm.
a kerfuffle. They got us in a kerfuffle. That's what I know it to be. It's a whole kerfuffle out this motherfuffle. It's a whole
Yeah.
kerfuffle. And we all in it. We all in it, right? Here's the problem with us all being in it. No one wants
Hmm.
to accept or honor that other people are in it.
Right.
They not accepting and honoring that other people are in it.
Hmm.
And it's like
Yeah.
now that everything is happening and we realize that, hey, some type of social experiment did take place. It was a social experiment that took place, right? And
Yep.
on that
Yep.
social experiment scale, somewhere along the line, the Georgia Guidestones implementing the reducing of the population down by 95% was a
Hmm.
part of that. Something changed. Something
Sure did.
changed, right?
Sure did.
Where whatever they were supposed to follow regarding the Georgia Guidestones, right?
Yep.
Um, it was like, nope, that's not what we going by anymore.
Right.
Right? Guidestones got gone. It's too late. You can't implement that plan anymore. Now we have to
Hmm.
see what is the outcome. People are walking around now with nanobite technology, and a lot of people said that after they got this done or that done, their body changed. They felt like the spirit left their body. It was no more. A lot of people
Yeah.
might be blocked off from their spirit with this nanobite technology. It might be governing your mental to stop you from rising into higher elevations of yourself. Allegedly, supposedly,
Mhm.
allegedly, supposedly, for entertainment purposes only, for the sake of conversation. I'm just saying
Right.
something is changing, right? If you tell me that you
Yep.
have put something inside of me, and the
Hmm.
purpose of what you put inside of me is to sneak past my body's natural defenses, that means that my body will start attacking itself because
Hmm.
my body knows something is here that's not supposed to be here.
Yep.
Therefore, it'll start attacking itself. This is with any type of level of mechanics. When it comes
Hmm.
to, your eyes, if you put too much strain on one eye, it could
Hmm.
damage the other eye. Same thing with hearing. You put too much strain on one ear, it could affect it, so on and so forth, right? Same
Hmm.
thing. There's a balance that comes with the body. There's a balance that comes with the yin and yang life water of the vessel.
Yeah.
Somehow our water is off. The balance is not there with the light and the dark water inside the vessel. The dark water is rising and trying to, seep into the light waters. And
Hmm.
this is what's happening right now inside the vessels of mankind. Some people are going through it and they're coming out better, forged in
Right.
fire, right? Some
Right.
people are going through it and they're becoming their ego. They're becoming that house of ego. They're becoming where they put their pride at. They're becoming all of their, lower guilty vibrations,
Right.
and then it's the rituals that come with that. This is why they have to eat on screen. They have to eat food on screen. Um,
Yeah.
they have to do all these different things. These are rituals that comes with the lower vibration. So once
Hmm.
you realize that the manipulation is based off of your feelings and emotions, you'll start having emotional intelligence. Emotional
Yeah.
intelligence comes with knowing who to give your emotions to. Everybody you're not supposed to give your cry to, especially if it's a
Right.
good cry. You ain't supposed to give your cry to everybody. That's why
Right.
mermaid tears was so rare. And you thinking
Hmm.
mermaid tears is rare because mermaids cry, it's underwater, blah, blah, blah. No, mermaid tears is rare because you ain't about to play with a mermaid feelings like that. A mermaid going,
Yeah.
no, I ain't about to give you my emotions. I ain't about to get cry for what? You give me
Right.
something to cry for. Like now, people cry for anything. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
was watching a cartoon the other day. That shit almost became a tear jerker. I was like, what the? You know what I'm saying? No, for
Right.
real, because our feelings and
Yeah.
emotions are high around this time, right?
Yeah.
So like I was watching a cartoon and then something happened in the cartoon and I was like, it almost made me cry. I was like, hold up,
Yeah.
wait a minute. You know, I listen, I guarantee you right now, I put it to the test right now. We can go to the Discord right now. We can all watch the scene from Lion King, the one where they
Oh.
say, get up, get up, dad, get up. You know which part I'm talking about.
I know.
And I guarantee you everybody will cry. I guarantee you everybody will cry. So
Yeah.
yeah, Lady Letitia, it's like certain things are at a pull. It's a pull on your feelings a lot easier now.
Yeah.
You'll walk by something and a tear almost drop out. Like I don't know why I was about to cry over that. Like it's weird because sometimes you just be like, what the hell is wrong with me? Am I going through a
Right.
midlife crisis? Is something wrong? Like I'm telling you, it'll be like that. It'll have that type of feel to it because you'll find yourself crying over some weird ass. You'll be like, what the hell? I just cried over a paper. Like, what the hell? I just cried over a piece of paper. And then somebody else might ask you, like, why did you cry over that piece of paper? And you'll be like, you'll go into some weird ass because I was just thinking where that piece of paper came from. And that piece of paper had to come from a tree, and that tree was once living, and that tree ain't living no more. All because I wanted this dang on piece of paper, and it's just all bothered. Like you'll start thinking, like, am I pregnant? Like, what is going on? Like, listen to me. You don't know why. Like, there's a certain pull on your feelings now. You sitting there reading a book, some good book, and you crying over a good ass book. They find you done read this book. It's almost at the end. The good shit done happened in the book, and you sitting there. Look, the last book I cried over was either the Discovery of Witches. I cried at the third book of the Discovery of Witches when it all finally came together that they were supposed to be together and she was supposed to be with this vampire and his family was
Mhm.
rocking with them so tough. I cried at the end of that. I ain't gonna lie. And at the end of Twilight Breaking Dawn. Breaking
Mhm.
Dawn, the second book, I read it about 4 times, but at the end of that, yeah, I think I cried at the end of that too.
Oh man.
Fella and them, I was like, yeah, and she got the ability to protect them. I was like, yeah, and they ran. Never mind. Remember at the end of Breaking Dawn, remember they had that big fight scene at the end of Breaking Dawn where everybody was getting taken out, but it was a pre-notion of what was seen. It wasn't really what happened. It was a
Mhm.
pre-notion of what could have happened. Well, I cried on what could have happened. Shit, I ain't know. I cried on what could have happened. I was like, oh, everybody, the dad, everybody got taken out, fell into the hole and stuff. The wolves was lost, you know. They lost. I was like, not the wolves. I was so excited with the wolves because I was like, oh snap, something must be about to go down. More people are becoming wolves because the more danger that come in the area, the more of them start transforming into wolves. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's about to go down. And, you know, sure enough.
Was it a movie?
Yeah, they made it into a movie.
Okay, I
When
probably seen the movie.
Jacob imprinted on the daughter, I was like, that it all makes sense. It all makes sense why he was attracted to her. Everything makes sense. Listen, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay, don't get me started. Because I'm gonna do the same thing with Underworld. I'm gonna break down Underworld. Shit, I did the same thing with Blade trilogy. He's a day walker. I was trying to understand that. I think some of us are day walkers. When it comes to
Now,
this.
what is it? What you saying? What you saying with that?
What with Blade?
No, a
So
walk or walk something.
a day walker,
Yeah.
you got to think about it. At a certain point, maybe the operation of our vessel was different. Maybe people slept
Mhm.
in the daytime and worked at night. Maybe that
No.
operation changed whatever was taking place inside the dream world. Maybe laying out in
No.
the sun and sleeping in the sun alters something inside your dream state that makes you
Mhm.
operate differently on this plane. You got to think there was a time where our operation wasn't what it is now. There's a reason why they make us sleep at night and stay up in the daytime. There's a reason for all of this. So when
Mhm.
you're thinking about it like that, it's like, was they telling us the truth in some of these variations of stories? Being a day walker, being one that's able to hold the balance of the light and the dark. Look at the movie Underworld. The movie
Yeah.
Underworld said that there was lichens and lyrans, and and somehow it was a human bloodline that was able to hold the balance of two. What if that's the same and the truth holds the same, but it's more so on an energetic level? Like there's a vessel
Right.
down here that's able to hold the light and the dark. And the dark don't like the fact that there's a vessel down here that's able to hold both. So therefore
Right.
you would be a day walker. Think about it. A lot of y'all
Mhm.
feel like, listen, I think the light and the dark will use me. I think I'll be a great adversary. When you sit there and you say, why do the negative want me? Why do the dark want me? Because you're going to be great on either side, right?
Right.
I come to the realization that, listen, I could do great things for the light and I could do great things
Mhm.
for the dark. The object
Right.
is to have the ability to rise above the carnal nature and do great things for the light. But I knew I was
Mhm.
going to be great in either direction, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with a lot of people. A lot of people know there's no real such thing as good or bad. It's just what is, always was, and always will be. So the
Right.
operation down here will always be that of which is. When you sit there and you think, you're like, man, why do some of these bad people don't never have nothing happen to them? Where's their karma at? Well, they found
Mhm.
out how to let go of karma by justifying things in their head and putting their karma on other people. So they sit there
Oh.
and do things, think about it, Jeffrey Dahmer, all these other people, they justified that shit in their head. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
it's nothing worse than having somebody that eats you, and then when found out about it, they say they wanted me to eat them. What the fuck? Up? They-
Right.
you know you throw. You know you all the way throw. You wanted me to do it.
Man. Ooh.
Nah, I really think about that. I need y'all to really think
Yeah.
about that. Like, ain't no possible way, you know? And then it's
Yeah.
just the justification. That's all it is. It's just a level of justification in their minds to, escape any level of guilt behind it. You know what I mean? A
Mhm.
lot of
Mm.
people will justify it in their mind. Like, think about how many people sitting in a jail cell. They happy with sitting in a jail cell because they like, shit, I'm in this cell before I let the
Right.
later happen. Once you justify it in your mind, you cool with whatever consequences that come with it. The
Right.
people who do things unjustly in their mind, that's where guilt settles. That's where, that whole thing settles. But there's people out there that's doing bad, and in their mind, they hold no regret. They hold no, this is why in the court of law, they want you to have that regret, right? This is why,
Mhm.
Diddy say, don't talk negative about me to 20 years after I'm gone. Damn, my boy, you trying to
Yeah.
make sure you come back in a better light. You trying to make
Right.
sure you trying to make sure your next reincarnation you don't come back, more messed up. You know what I'm saying? You just telling people
Mhm.
always speak good on you. This is how you know something more is taking place. If somebody make you sign an NDA that say that you can't talk bad about them to 20 years after they gone, then that's saying
Yeah.
that there's a reincarnation process that's taking place. There's some type of process that's circulating, that they know that they about to come back and they don't want to come back in messed up energy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hummingbird, I don't think about that. I don't think about the saying that hurt people hurt people. You can look out in the world and see hurt people hurting people. Look at the justification behind some of the madness that we're caught up in,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Look at the knot. The knot hurt me because she did he
yeah,
hurt him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That why did not hurt me. The not felt like he needed to do some messed up stuff to somebody because he was hurt by somebody else. Things didn't pan out for him. He didn't find somebody to take care of him like he wanted to. He wanted somebody to, cater to him, take care of him, spend all the money, give him a free
Mhm.
trip to Brazil, all of that stuff. It backfired. So then he got mad and started hurting people. You know what I mean? I'm just one of the people that at that time, you know, he like, and he's just out here hurting people now. And that's okay. That's why you gotta have walls up. That's why you gotta have your own governing system inside your mind to allow this not to affect you. A lot of things he do cannot affect me because I have a good governing system in my mental. I'm governing my own
Mhm.
mental. Golden, what's going on with you?
What's up, Ralph? Hi,
What's up
Sandra
with
Love. How you doing?
Hey,
And hello, Atlas family and sister wives. How's everybody doing?
are you a wife too?
Whoa,
No, I
Sandra.
haven't been. I haven't
Whoa,
been.
whoa, Sandra. You can't. That's the whole thing about wives. Nobody know who the wives really are, Sandra.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only reason why we know who you are is because you introduce, you let yourself be known. Lady Letitia, she lets herself be known. But the people that don't want to be known, it's anonymous. The Wives Club is anonymous.
Oh,
Nobody
well,
knows.
okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
nobody knows the secret of the traveling pants. Nobody knows that secret. That's why they was able to come out with the Yaya secret hood of the traveling pants.
Oh, okay. Shh. I won't say nothing.
Yeah, yeah, mom's the word. Shh.
Not the Yaya
Rule
sisterhood of
number
the
one: we
traveling
don't
pen.
speak about Sister Wives Club. Rule no, that's the rule number one right there.
No, I've just been listening the whole video or whatnot to the lesson, in the commentary and stuff. And I'm really enjoying it. So thank you for letting me join y'all with the conversation. But I'm listening. That's all. And coming in to show love and support.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question, and this question is extended to both of y'all based off of whatever recollection y'all can
Pop
remember.
quiz. Pop quiz.
No, no, not a pop quiz.
Oh,
Just a question. Just a question based off of your history as a child. There was times when you were a kid where your dreams, right? It seemed like the things that was happening in your dreams were in some sort of way, changing your reality. And in fact, okay, let's break it down smaller. Like, you ever had the moments where you felt like you were sad and all of a sudden it started raining outside, but when you were happy it seemed like it was bright and shining outside. You felt like somehow you were aligned with the sun and the universe or something, whereas though your feelings and emotions was changing the atmosphere around you. Tell me, you ever felt like that before?
You go first.
oh, me first, Sandra.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Ralph. Actually, yeah. Honestly, yeah. And that's on no cap. Like when I was younger, for sure. And it was even a little bit deeper than that for me. But yeah, basically what you said, of course. And I like, okay, so I'm an only child, you know what I mean? So for me, it was like, it definitely was given that because a lot of the times it was like dreams or, thoughts and stuff would just be in my head because I had to, you know what I mean, make up my own fun and stuff like that. But I would feel sometimes that like my thoughts would kind of like come to reality. Like it was a little trippy, to be honest.
Sandra?
Um, I really can't remember, and because I did have my stroke and I died, the only thing that I
Right.
remember is going through what the Lord showed me through my whole life in 1 minute. I guess it was just 1 minute. He showed me my whole
Mm.
life. He just showed me my whole life. So after that, I don't remember.
Was it like your life flashed before your eyes type of thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He showed me. Yeah, he showed me how my whole life going was gonna go through. Showed me everything, and that's the only thing that I remember after saying one chance. That's other than that, I don't remember.
Sandra, if he showed you your whole life, then you should remember your life. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Um, uh, he showed me my life, but I don't remember my life. It was one of those
No,
type of
no,
things. No, no, I'm
like
joking.
she,
I'm joking. I'm joking. It's just like a flashcard. It's like a
you
flashcard.
messed me up.
It happens. It happens in the almost a blink of an eye. I think a lot of us might say that we had these different type of epiphanies, if you would say.
Yeah.
I've seen glimpses of what my future could be. Right.
Mhm.
I've seen glimpses of what my future could be,
Right.
and I think like I'm striving to getting towards of what I perceive to be was a great future or whatever. And I think that goes with the imagination and the ability to try to perceive something greater, right? I think a lot of
Mhm.
times we all have these premonitions of what could be. And just as we strive for what we think our life could be, certain variations of trials and tribulations gets in a way that changes that, alteration of your reality of what you're trying
Mhm.
to get to. And then I
Right.
think some of us also get lost. Like after we do one mistake, we make that one bad thing. We give our, cootie cat to the wrong bad nigga. And then from there, it's like, fuck me.
He just say it like nothing.
Right, and just keep moving past it. It's cool. We get it though. We
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, though, right?
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like for me, like when you're speaking of this, it's like I'm thinking about like the manifestation. You know what I mean? Like we manifest things that we want in our life. Like we manifest, excuse me, like how we want the
Mhm.
future to go, and your thoughts are powerful. You know what I mean? So a lot of time you'll be thinking of something, you'll see it out like clear as day. You know what I mean? Like how you want to
Mhm.
go, what you want to have, and then you'll be surprised, like out of nowhere, it'll literally come to you. It'll happen. It'll manifest. It may
Right.
not be, right away, but eventually it will. And it's like it just show you how powerful like your thoughts are and your mindset, especially if you keep it positive.
Mhm.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, okay, so we're going to talk about this. Then we have to open up the door to greatly understand consciousness, right? They did a study. It's called a thousand monkey theory, right? And it's
Mhm.
in this theory, it states that on one continent, a thousand monkeys had the same idea to use sticks on ants, not ants, termites, right? A thousand
Mhm.
monkeys on one continent had the idea to use these sticks in order to fish into termite holes to get the termites out for protein, right? Now, on another continent, subconsciously, those monkeys on a whole nother continent also had that same idea. After the 1,000 monkeys on one continent had the idea, subconsciously the energy was pushed to another continent of monkeys where they too had the same idea. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
what if that also was on a greater scale with human consciousness, but the outcome was far more greater?
Right. That's dope. You know what I mean? Because it's like, let's just say, like, if you someone that believes in like world peace, like me, right? Then it's like, yeah, one country, of people or a group, like you said, or a collective of people having that same mindset and pushing that energy forward, it can spread, globally. And then maybe we'll have world peace on a grander scale, if that makes sense. Am I kind of on track with what you're saying?
Right, because look at the biblical text when it talks about the Tower of Babel or the Battle of Babel, right? It tells you that they had determined that if man knew how powerful they was collectively, then all things will be possible to them. And that's when they separated, languages and people, right? So
Uh-huh.
you have to think like if the biblical text was wrote by somebody that was, duping us, manipulating us, then they would put that in there as if it was a good thing, as if us separating was a good thing, right? And
Right.
here we are, a nation divided due to the fact that, someone determined all of these different people needed different governing systems, needed different. We one band, one sound out this mother.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
For sure. I agree with that. I agree
I'm
with
just
that.
saying, I ain't Nick Cannon or nothing, but drumline.
No.
You
No.
Devin. You Devin. You Devin. One band, one sound.
you know and that's why I say like we got to own up to what it is that we are. RC said it, we're the divided states of America. We got to turn that around and show people a level of unity unbeknown to man. We got a chance right now. That's why X marks the spot. There's a level of energy that's being pushed into North America that's making us get right and become one with one another, like realize like, yo, you here, I'm here, let's frolic. I ain't saying we got to get naked or something, but let's hug a tree or something. You know what I mean?
Nah, I agree. We're definitely experiencing a movement right now. It's actually pretty historical. I hope it'll
Yeah.
be in the history books for our youth to be able to, refer
I
back
thought
to.
you, I thought you was about to say we definitely getting naked. I thought you was about to say
God, no.
we
Please, Ralph.
definitely,
No. No.
we definitely gonna get naked and frolic. We definitely doing that. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey, I'm gonna let people do what they want to do in their own time.
Nah, nah, nah. Then next thing you know, they gonna say we carbonation. Nope, nope.
Oh no. Mm-mm-mm.
They looking Witch, these witch hunters, they looking for the next group to hunt. That's what they looking for. They looking for the next covenant to take down. They looking for, oh, he over there building a sister wives collective. What he think he got a witch covenant over there? Oh yeah, they be doing conjurings and stuff like that. Oh yeah, yeah, we gotta expose them. We definitely gotta expose them.
Nah, this seemed like a platform where everybody is a collective
Yeah.
accordingly, but it's still individual mindsets and thinkers. So it doesn't seem to correlate to be that. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but that's what I get from it. Like everybody is like definitely an independent thinker, but you still work together as a group for the greater good, to bring change and awareness to
Mhm.
Right.
important
That's
things.
what I'm saying, for the greater good. That's what I'm saying, for the greater good. That's why all y'all got to put together feet pics, sell them on one of
Oh
those
my god.
pages.
Dude,
What?
what?
For the greater good, Golden, for the greater good. All right. Now
Feet
go
pics
get
for the greater good.
go
Okay, all
get the
right.
stilettos, the pumps, and all of that stuff. Start taking a bunch of pictures of stilettos, pumps, red bottom. Put your feet in all types of designs, and get
Pumps,
ready to sell
stilettos.
those feet pics. Let's go, people. We can do it. What wrong? Is that the wrong shit to rally behind? My fault.
You
Come on, get out there and sell more pics.
Oh, we stomping out crime, yo, with the stilettos on.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. But no, I absolutely see what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's like a definitely an energy transference. Like, and I love that she said that because that's something that I pay a lot of attention to, like what's going on right now, with the politics and stuff, not just in the U.S. but worldwide. And the main thing that I keep saying is it's like there's more of us than them. So it's just like if we stand together as a
Whoa, I
collective,
ain't
so
saying
to
that. I
say.
ain't saying that. I ain't saying that.
What? Oh, sorry.
I ain't,
Allegedly, allegedly,
you,
allegedly.
YouTube,
My bad. I'm
YouTube. We
out.
not saying that. TikTok. We not saying that. Twitch. We not saying that. Hell nah. You seen them hit Kai Cenat with the RICO Act for gathering all them people in New York? You talking about there's more of us than them? No, it's not. Y'all got it. Y'all
Yeah, it's
win.
not.
It's
We
nope.
outnumbered.
Y'all
We
got it.
outnumbered.
Y'all win. It's a bunch of
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
It's a bunch
We
of
way
y'all. We just
outnumbered.
here. We just and trying to sell feet pics. Trying to sell feet pics.
My apology.
What?
We're outnumbered and we're only selling feet pics for change. That's it.
Yeah, I was talking with your mom
We're just
on
gonna
her
take
show. I was talking with her.
1 foot pic at a time.
Not 1 foot pick, 1 foot pick at a time.
Just 1 foot pic at
Oh, I'm sorry. What was you saying, Sandra?
Yeah, I was talking with your mom on her show.
Yeah. Did you? Well, I hope I hope our our channels and over there in our space. I hope it's a safe space. You know what I mean? And we have fun. We be laughing. We be cutting up, but we talk about like some really good, serious things too. So yeah, I'm glad you were here with us. You're welcome anytime.
I gotta
Hmm.
find out what time you be going live. Is it a set time or you just be winging it?
I need help because I think having a set time is better. So I need to do better with that. I just trying to work around like the time, with my son and stuff because he's young and he be all over the place. So I'll try to work around the time where he's like sleep or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's not as much noise. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I gotta find out what time you be going live. I be seeing you, but I don't be seeing you. It's like I be in my own little world, in my own little bubble in my head, trying to, karate top negativity, drop kick the bullshit. Because that's all I can do is protect my mental, protect my mind, from everything that's going on. Because there's a lot going on, and not just in the physical, but also, you know, in the real world.
Hmm.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. All right, we back. Sorry about that. Let's see.
So do you think about your days are just one day? Did you ever think about that? It's one day.
I like okay, so here's the thing. Whenever you are going through whatever it is that we're going through, you have to find a place in your mind where time doesn't exist. So in your mind,
Hmm.
time doesn't exist. Even though in the physical world, we have an idea of what time is due to
Hmm.
what's put in place. It's dates that you have to put on paperwork. It's appointments that you have scheduled, so on and so forth. That's in the carnal existence. But in your
Right.
mind, time does not exist. This is why it says that, one day to a God is 1,000 years to man, because that's where God is at, in a place where time doesn't exist, in your mind, in your penile, in
Mhm.
your, you know, galactic space. So in
Mhm.
your mind, time does not exist in your mind.
Good.
Now, in the physical world, yeah, we got the Gregorian calendar. Somebody figured out how to read a sundial. And,
Mhm.
we know that the sun is right above our head at, high noon. And,
Mhm.
according to the sun, when I was younger, I used to tell time based off of the sun. So the positioning
Mhm.
of my shadow or the positioning of the sun, I used to try to see if I can guess what time it was. This
Mhm.
created an internal clock for me, right? Now, once
Mhm.
I created that internal clock, I stopped using clocks. I stopped using alarm clocks, right? If
Yeah.
somebody tell me to get up at 6 o'clock, even if one of y'all was like, hey, can you call me and wake me up at 6 o'clock or something like that?
Mhm.
My my eternal clock is going to be set, and then I'm going
Mhm.
to damn near wake up like every hour on the hour until the time is with you
Yeah.
and tell you, right? And the trials and tribulations that came with the ability to do this was,
Mhm.
it could have been my dad beating me out of my sleep when I was 11 years old. That was a great ass
Mhm.
whooping right there, being woke up out the sleep with an ass
Mm,
whooping, right? That shit scared the hell out of me. I've been
mm,
a light sleeper ever since, you know what I mean? So
no,
it
I
could
ain't
be
Mhm.
that
different,
traumatic.
it could be different variations of things that makes me, or that cause me to create this eternal clock, right? But
Mhm.
there's, like, I know what time it is, all at all times, with inside myself. I know what time
Mhm.
it is, right? um and that, most people got to look at their phone. Most people can't just tell you, like, just based off of that practice, what time of
Mhm.
day it is. They don't have no way to calculate it. Like, if you put somebody in a dark room, after a certain while, probably like the fifth
Mhm.
day, they lose track of the hours.
Right.
Been a study that it says, like, that a person shouldn't be by themselves for more than 30 days. They started studying this after so many people coming out of isolation in the prison system,
Mhm.
start experiencing, you know I guess, what we call, like, association disorder or something of that nature,
Mhm.
you know
What do
I
you
never,
think?
they tell them, so Sparks, I never set a alarm clock, did I, babe? I never had to set no alarm clock. Anybody
Yeah.
that knows me in my life, they'll tell you I never had to set an alarm clock. If I got to get my son up for school, I don't set an alarm clock for it. I'm damn near up, 6 o'clock, if not 5:30 every morning. My
Mhm.
body only takes in about 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, and I'm up. Like, I work out, do push-ups, do whatever, trying to burn off the energy, and it's just
Mhm.
nope. Especially when that sun come out. When I'm going out getting that sun, it's more
Yeah.
en- it's more energy. That's where my sister wives come in. I be having that much energy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my.
Yeah, the one. It's ones in the background that's like, he ain't lying. He probably do be doing that too. He said he's slinging dick in the Discord. That's what he said. He said he be slinging it in the Discord. That's
You.
why I say, to each his own when it comes to this life, when it comes to this verse. I know we're all in it together. I
Yeah.
know we're better together. I know that there's a lot of things that, people become accustomed to certain variations of living. We're creatures of habit. So, of
Mhm.
course, how one was raised in one's household might not be the way someone was raised in another household. I mean, you
Right.
have
Right.
the suburb community who was raised a certain way. I mean, there's certain things that don't even play in suburb communities. Like you can't get MTV2 or BET unless you call
Mm,
for those stations. There's not a liquor store on every corner. But when you get
Mhm.
into
mhm,
metropolitan areas, you start seeing a difference. You start seeing that there is a liquor store on every corner. Not only that, they're buying plasma every damn where in the metropolitan area, right? So there's different levels to our living, you know
For
back in the
sure.
day they did it with magazines. In certain magazines you didn't see advertisement for newspapers and alcohol, but in Jet, Ebony, Essence magazine, all the magazines that
Mhm.
colored people was
Urban
picking up,
one.
you seen those advertisements, right? You didn't see
mhm.
certain advertisements on certain um shows back then, right? But if you watched in
Mhm.
living color, stuff like that, you
Right.
know, uh, certain channels, stations, 57, UPN, whatever they was
The
called,
WB.
right?
Uh-huh.
If you watch those stations, you seen a certain narrative being pushed, right? And
Right.
we're not even talking about you know, the content that was being placed at certain hours, right? After a certain time, every damn commercial was like, call me. We are 18. That's 1-800. We are 18.
Yeah, for
Call us
sure.
now for
Mhm.
free talking. Like everything was like, it was like
Yeah.
after a certain time, you was like, what's on TV? Girls going wild. And then
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
commercial be
Yeah.
like, call now, 1-800. We are 18. Talk to somebody right now. Right?
You be
It
all
was different.
curious. You be like, "Let me call the number and see what they
It was
talking."
different back then. You look at, you
Yeah.
see it so much, you like, let me see if this number really worked. Do this
Right,
number
right.
work? Soon as you get, they be like, enter your credit card for 5 minutes.
And then you be
Five
like,
minutes
"Oh,
into your
shucks.
credit card. You're like, oh,
I
if you
can't
want to
go no
talk to
further."
Lisa, press 5. If you want to talk to Sandra, press 7. If you want to talk to Monica, press 3. You press
Yeah.
Mhm.
3. Monica come on like, hey, hi, I'm Monica. If you would like to continue talking, press 5 and enter your credit card. And I'm just laying on the couch waiting to talk to someone like you. Shut up. Shut up.
Someone like you. Don't forget about don't forget about Cleo, Ralph. Remember Cleo?
Oh
Yeah, call me now, Cleo, for a free reading. I laughed so hard when I laughed so hard when people was calling back and saying like that Miss Cleo said this to a kid or something like that. I say, well, she should have seen that shit coming, Miss Cleo from
yeah.
Chicago. And they started saying that. I was laughing hard. I'm sorry. There was a lot of things that I was laughing about back in the day when we was kids,
Mhm.
from the Ricky
Right.
Lake show, Jenny
Oh yeah.
Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there was so much funny stuff happening back then, you know? Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
and
different
this was
time.
collectively happening. You know what I mean? This was collectively because everybody was seeing this. This was on bigger scales, you know.
Yeah.
Usher was going around giving people, the thing, herps, you know what I mean? Diddy was really going around and some take that shit. Like,
Yeah.
come on, like think about what really took place. You know what I'm saying? Barack Obama shot a jumper, as the president. They
Yeah.
started changing movies based off of him becoming the president. Air Force Ones changed up their sneaker because of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's a lot of things that took place in our world that it's small things, but it was good. It was good for us at that time. A lot of things that happened, it was good to us at this time to see,
Mhm.
Barack Obama become president. That was good, for a
Yeah.
certain collective. It was good for that other collective to see Trump become president. It reminded us that, even the bad guy can make it, I guess, in a sense, right?
Mhm.
Even the
Right.
things that's
Right.
taking place right now is a reminder of something if you look at
Yeah.
it, right? It's
Yeah.
something good in there if you look at it. We don't look long enough to see the good. We all might be looking at Mona Lisa, but I guarantee you everybody ain't looking at her smile.
Oh no.
Hey, okay. That's hilarious, actually.
So the reality of it is like it's we in this thing collectively, and I think we should laugh more, join, join, unify more,
Yeah.
join each other more in this laughter, this level of understanding. We're gonna learn a lot. There's a lot of history we got to comb through the
Right.
Mayans, through the Aztecs, to the Incans, to all of this stuff. There's a lot of history we got to comb through. I like to sit down and explore some of that, collectively,
Mhm.
with a
Yeah.
group of people who, want to embark on an intellectual journey. How many people actually want to embark on a nonstop intellectual journey? I was wondering, right? And walk with me real quick. Walk with me real quick
Mhm.
before
Mhm.
some of y'all just dismiss. I feel some of y'all being dismissive right now. I feel it. But walk with me real quick, okay? I want you to think about this. I was trying to figure out, why is it like in all of the movies back in the day, the people always read something before they laid down. Somebody was always looking at a magazine and somebody was
Yeah.
always reading a book, right?
Yeah.
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 Now, I got to thinking, like, what is that doing? Is it winding down the brain? Is it putting the brain in a certain, meditative state? Why? What is it? Right. And then when you're in school, the teacher will tell you, like, hey, when you study and try to read it right before you go to sleep. That way it can replay in your brain over and over again while you sleep.
Right.
Mm.
A lot of people, this was a trick for studying back then for me. I would study
Mhm.
right before I go to sleep, and then unknowingly, I would know the shit,
Yep.
you know?
Mhm.
So,
Don't even know you know it. It's just in
right,
there.
right. But the fear is there. The fear of failing is there. So that fear stops you from actually, knowing the answer, or it puts that second guessing in there. But needless to say, I say that to say, like, somehow, some way, we have to be able to look past, get past, and bypass all levels of what is human operation, right? And one of those
Mhm.
levels is what I speak about, and that's the astral plane. That's the
Mhm.
heart, right? That's where your heart is at. This is where your rejection lies. This is where your regret lies. This is where all of that stuff lies. A lot of people are having a hard time letting go certain variations of memories of this timeline
Mhm.
and previous timeline. Hell, we still fighting over Christ and we don't even know what the hell happened back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For
Right.
real, like,
Right.
Right.
we still really going to war over a situation, and we really don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? People still mad about Martin Luther King, and some say Martin Luther King was a hoe. That's what that
Oh.
one guy said. I didn't say it. They said Martin Luther King was fucking everybody. I didn't say. You know what? On that note,
Oh.
we definitely gonna get up out of here.
Yeah.
But I have a whole group of people looking at me messed up. We going to the Discord. I gotta keep. I stop laughing. Stop laughing. All right. I gotta keep this video under 2 hours so that way I can clip it up. AI generated clips. This is how I push
Okay.
a bunch of clips out there, right? Bunch of
Yeah.
short clips. But I'm a listen, one day we got to sit down and do some classes on how to advance on YouTube. One day we got to sit down and put a group together that's growing pages and get the collective together so that way we can create waves of positivity, so on and so forth. I mean, we got a lot to do that we can do on these applications as far as growing, and we can all do it from our own home, right? That's the beauty
Yeah.
of it, So that's the beauty of that. Sandra, would you like to close out with anything? We got about a minute left. Golden, Sandra.
Well, I had a good day, and I hope we have a good night. And I hope you sing your song at night. That you getting ready to sing. You know that song.
I know that's right. We're not gonna sing it because we only got 30 seconds. Ha ha ha.
Uh-oh.
We got 30 seconds. Golden, 30 seconds.
That's all. Oh, it's so nice speaking with you guys. Thank you so much for inviting me to the platform to chat. I am watching the lessons. I'm watching the content. I really enjoy it. I'm glad I was able to come over here. And everybody have a blessed night. Good vibes, good energy. Until we meet again. That's all.
Good night.
Good night.
Get slow and rugged. Idolize